Hey guys, so I thought I would talk my way through one of these 30 and 30 videos instead of just fast forwarding them all the time. Yesterday was Sunday, January, June 14th, and I went to a barbecue with my husband's Masonic Lodge, and while they were playing games, I sat at one of the picnic tables with one of my travel kits, and I did this little tree. And I did film it with my iPhone. It's kind of at a funny angle, but by now you've probably seen it already. But by the time you see this video, it will definitely have posted. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can go back and look for it. And I show you in real time how I painted this. So, but I obviously did this instead of on a Rolodex card on a larger piece of watercolor paper. This is one of those fluid acrylic blocks like I've been working on for other things. Let's see. This same brand as this one. This is a fluid hot press watercolor block. I did this as cold press, and it's not, this is 8x8. I did this on a 4x6 cold press fluid watercolor block. I thought, though, for the Rolodex, I wanted to commemorate this painting in some way on a card in the Rolodex so that when I go back later and flip through, I have a picture or an image or something to represent day 14. So before we do today's painting, day 15, I thought we would work on this first. So what I did was I took a picture of the painting and I printed it out with my little LG Pocket Photo printer, and they print this size little pictures. And I have a blank Rolodex card here, just plain paper. It doesn't have gesso or anything on it. I've got some Studio G stamp pads here, and in a couple of different colors of blue, and then a bluish green color. So I thought that, and this one's loose. Let's see. Need a piece of paper. So we'll just grab a scrap. And I thought because the picture's not the same size as the Rolodex card, so I thought we would ink up the edges with some of these stamp pads. And I'm only going to do the 3 sides because I already know I want to put the picture up near the top edge, because I'm going to have to cut some of it out down here where the Rolodex tabs are, but I want to cut as little as possible. So this top edge is not going to show. And this is my only problem with these stamp pads, is that little stamp cushion thing doesn't stay in the... But what do you want for $1.50? I mean, you know, really. Oops. See? And I don't want it to be neat or perfect, or I just want it to be kind of random, and probably going to give it a spritz with some water. Let's take I think the green one's in there good, yeah. Okay. Let's see. I don't remember if these are water reactive or not. Let's find out, shall we? Grab a little piece of paper towel. Well, they don't move around too much, so that's good to know. Not that I'll remember the next time I go to work with them or anything, because, you know, I don't remember stuff. So I'm going to just keep inking it until I get some colors that are interesting. And we'll dry it with the heat gun. I kind of like that. Let's dry it and see what we have. Where's the heat gun? Here we go. want to put a little pattern on there. This is a plumbing part from the hardware store. One of my favorite places to get mark making tools, the hardware store. And this is a archival ink pad. Yeah, I like that. All right, so now let's put our picture on here, and we're going to just put it on there right there. Let's see. How are we going to put it on there? I think we're going to just use some tape runner. I think that makes sense to me. I do want to cut off this white border. It didn't quite print all the way to the edge. Can you see that? So I want to cut that off. That's better. A little bit of white on the other side too, so we'll give it a little bit of a haircut. There we go. All right, let's get that on here. Okay, that's nice. What did I put it? Where did I put the lid, people? Oh, there it is. Okay, now let's cut out the little Rolodex holes in the bottom. And we'll trim this up here a little bit because I'm off the top edge on one corner a little bit. There we go. I do have a punch that will take these pieces out, but it doesn't go through real thick paper. So when I have these thicker papers like photo paper, then I always just cut them out with an X-Acto knife. There we go. So now we'll do some journaling on the back. Okay, and then I'm going to put today's date because that's the date I put this on the Rolodex card. There we go. So now we have the day 14 picture commemorated for our Rolodex. So I can put it in here. So I have a copy. Cool. And a note on the back about why that's a copy. Now let's do day 15. So I've got another card. It's covered in watercolor ground. And move a bunch of this stuff out of the way. I'm going to turn the fan on because it's suddenly hot in here. Okay, What to paint, what to paint. We're going to use the Van Gogh set. That's the set we've been using. And I need some water. I'll give everything a spritz. Okie dokie. For a change, I think we'll use the brush that came with the Van Gogh set, which is a, it doesn't, oh, number 6 round, it says. But number 6, the number in the size, you know, you could get a number 6 round in 3 or 4 different manufacturers of brushes, and the brush will be, it seems like the brush tip is always a different size, even if the number is the same. Let's see if I have examples of that. This is a Perfect Pearls one, but it doesn't have a size. It's about the same. This is an 8. Another 8. So these are both 8s, but they're different. Look at the different side. They're both number 8 round. They're both a little different. This one's a little thicker and it's longer. This one's shorter, but it's pointier. This one is a Princeton Select, and this one is a Royal. This is an inexpensive brush. I like it, but it's an inexpensive brush. I think I got it at Tuesday Morning. Here's a number 5 Grumbacher brush. And it's about the same size as the number 6 Van Gogh brush. So they're all a little different. I seem to like a 6, 2, and 8. Somewhere in there. All right, what do we paint? Because I don't know now. I need some inspiration. I wish you all were here with me live. Let's just start painting, I guess. Maybe we'll figure it out as we go. That's usually why. I don't usually plan it too much, to be perfectly honest with y'all. I don't. Let's start with a sky. I'm going to use this blue here, which is kind of gray-green blue. It's a mixture of just things that were in the mixing well of my lid. But it should make a pretty good sky color. I'm kind of inspired by some pictures I saw my daughter posted to Facebook today of her. She's in Madrid, Spain right now. And she went out with her classmates. She's there for school, and they were walking around the city proper, and she's a photographer, and she's studying photography and advertising and business at San Jose State. And she took some fabulous photos, and so let's see if I can do something that's kind of inspired by that. I like that. Now you see what I did there. That's just a really, let me zoom in just a little bit for you. So this is just a really easy sky. It's just the one color, which is here. It's like blue and some yellow, maybe a little bit of orange mixed together. It's just kind of leftover paint colors I had here. It's just that color. Now, the top of the sky, the farther away from the earth you are, the darker it would be. So I'm going to leave that a little dark, and if anything, add a little more to it to darken it up a little bit. As I'm pulling the paint down with just water, and no more paint. As I say that, I got some yellow in there, didn't I? We'll just blend that out a little bit. I'm not adding any more color, I'm just pulling the paint down. And I'm leaving some white space that will give you a hint or indication of clouds. And it makes an interesting, suggestive sky, and that little bit of yellow actually is not bad in there. We won't add any more, but just kind of maybe indicates like a little bit of sunlight peeking through the clouds. All right, I like that, so let's dry it. I've burned my fingers a couple of times because I'm holding the paper while I'm drying this, just so y'all know. I fast forward through it so you wouldn't know that. So I've gotten into the habit of doing this with I'd rather heat up the end of the paintbrush than my fingers anymore. Okay. Good thing y'all didn't see that. I know you heard it. I'll zoom out so you can see what I did. Oops. I knocked all my brushes over. That's why I usually put them away. I grab the one or two that I want to paint with and I put the rest away normally. Because my middle name is not Grace. Not by any stretch. Alright. So let's put it away. Okay. Alright. Now what are we going to do with this? Yeah. How about, let's see. I know what I want to do. Let's start with this color, which is called Azo Yellow Deep. Holy cow. All the buildings she took pictures of over there are really brightly colored. They're fabulous. And I don't necessarily want to draw buildings exactly. I want to be really suggestive about what I am doing, which means that it's going to be, you know, it's not going to be realistic. Okay, let's add in a little bit of vermilion. And because the yellow is wet, it's going to blend a little bit. And they're going to mix on the paper. And I'm going to take the dry brush and I'm going to use it to lift anything that starts to go where I don't want it to. I can also use a little piece of paper towel to lift some of the paint. Everything was, she just took, like I said, she just took these pictures of these buildings and everything was just really bright and cheery and happy and suggestion of another one here. This is the Vermilion Straight, and the brown was sepia, by the way. Lift. This is just water. I think I want to do a bright blue building. Let's use cobalt blue. Just water now. More paint. Basically, we're just drawing boxes. We're giving them sides and a little bit of perspective where we can. But we're just giving the suggestion of a box or a building. want to add some yellow. I want to give the hint of warmth and brightness. And okay, let's get some red in here. Now red is normally one of my warm colors, but when you pair it up with something warmer, it becomes a cool color. So when you pair it up against this vermilion, it's a cooler color. Now just water. There we go. I'm going to lift a little bit of that up. I'm going to add some Prussian blue to the blue building, which is a darker turquoise blue than the cobalt. I don't think I should have added that brown, but now we've got it on there, we have to learn how to live with it. That's the thing with watercolor, you can lift a little bit of it, but you aren't going to ever get it all up. So if you put a wrong color somewhere, you're going to just have to learn how to live with it. Let's dry that a little bit. Actually, before we dry it, I'm going to take some of the vermilion and put it in one of my mixing wells with some water. Yep, I like that. All right, and splatter it on there. Now let's dry it. I want to see if I can blend out this line a little bit. All right, let's dry it some more. Okay, now I'm going to take a fairly dry brush and some watercolor paint without a lot of water in it, and I'm going to start with Quinacridone Rose. And we want it as dry as possible, so because I don't want it to bleed anymore. At least not a whole bunch. And I'm going to draw in some suggestion of some windows. Maybe give the top of the building a little bit of color where it's hitting the sun. And because this is pretty dry, it's not going to really run or bleed too much. And for me, at least, these little cards are meant to be experiments, and they're all not going to all, and haven't all been something I really am pleased with, but I have enjoyed each and every one of them and enjoyed the process of them. Let's, because we put that brown on there, we need to put it other places, so let's do that. Just grabbed a little bit of water so I could put it at the edge of where I put that paint on the roof of this building and along the side, so I could get it to just the edge to the line to soften up just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. I wasn't sure about this painting when I put these blue boxes on here, to be honest with you guys. But it's looking a little better now. I think every painting I've ever done has an ugly duckling stage. So, if you feel that way about your paintings, I don't think that's anything that's unusual. At least, it isn't for me, that's for sure. I am liking this painting a lot. I want to do something down here that's suggestive, and I think I want to do yellow splatters on the top, but let's dry the brown first. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. There we go. Let's dry the brown first. Okay, let's zoom back out. I'm going to pick up a little bit of Azo Yellow Light, and I need something clean to mix it on, so we'll use this gift card because my lid's really dirty. And then I'm going to pick up some water, and then I'm also going to pick up some lemon yellow, which is, I think it must be the favorite color of mine in this palette because it's the one that's more than halfway empty. So it's going to be the one that has to be refilled first. So now let's splatter on some yellow. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. I'm going to dump that in the lid here for later use. Okay, and I think I want to add a little bit of like purple or something. Think. And I almost wish this big giant splatter wasn't there. So let's see if we can lift some of it. I don't care that a little bit of it is there, but let's see if we can lift it and make it lighter. Oh, it's a little better. Alright, let's put in some purple. I've got this sort of dusty reddish purple that's on my lid that I've mixed before. So let's use that because I have it. And then add some water. Let it drip a little bit or move around. Yeah, that's nice. I'll kind of ground the painting. I'm going to add some more blue into the purple. This is the cobalt blue, so that we have it in a couple more places besides just in the one building. Just using water here to just soften up that edge right there where the purple meets the yellow and it's a little bit harsh. Yep, I like that. I like that. I think we need more splatters though. I like that. I think that it's not done though. Pretty sure it's not done. You know, I think I want to add some Payne's Gray. Payne's Gray is a dark blue gray, for those that don't know. And this kit comes with a tube of it. I've got it over here in the lid. I'm trying to remember to keep it loose and sketchy because that's what I want this painting to be all about. I want it to be a suggestion of something. I don't want it to be a literal translation of anything. That's not what I'm about. Yeah, that's better. And adding the Payne's Gray gives you that pop of something really, really dark without adding black. The other thing I think I want to do is take some of our Prussian blue, which is the dark turquoisey blue. We're going to lay a little bit of it here at the top. And then we're going to just grab water. And we're going to pull it down with just water. And we're going to warm up the sky. It was a little bit too cool and stormy for me. You're still going to be able to see the other marks and the other colors that were already there underneath it, which is good. And I like that. I'm going to stop now. I'll zoom in for you so you can see. There you go. There is our 30 paintings in 30 days, day 15, inspired by my daughter and her trip to Spain. And I hope it gives you guys some ideas of what you can do. Quick, easy. Use these little quick paintings in the 30 days as experiments to try out different mediums, different techniques, different shapes, different compositions, and just experiment and play and have fun. Don't forget to go out also and do something nice for yourself because you deserve it, and I'll see you later.